Good morning, everybody. I'm Steve Asenbrack. I'm your Director of Transportation for the City of Roswell. I'd like to say welcome and thank you for taking time out to come freeze with us out here in December as we celebrate a milestone in the history of the City of Roswell. What we're doing is we're connecting this Warsaw Road here where we are standing with Sun Valley. And what we've done is basically got this road project divided up into two phases. And really today what we're celebrating is the first phase. And what we're doing is we have the pond that's back there will be rebuilt. It will be rebuilt in a much more environmentally friendly way. It will include 4 bays. It will include a lot of the technical stuff that you may not even understand. Even I don't understand all of it. But the idea is when the rainwater hits the pavement, now it has a chance to infiltrate into the ground in a way that is not only beneficial to us and the environment, but also will look really good. So we've dressed it up with a lot of landscaping that's going to come here later on, and eventually this will become a passive park area. And so depending on how much earthwork we get out of there is how what we'll do is we'll set that up, basically tee that up for a second contract, which will actually be a road construction contractor, which will build the road. There'll be a roundabout where you're standing right now to allow access for the residents here. And then there'll be 2 lanes, 2 11-foot lanes, bike lanes, a multi-use trail on the eastern side, and then sidewalks on the western side. And then we'll do some modest improvements at the Sun Valley intersection up in the air, some flashing yellow arrows and some turning improvements. But the whole thing will be a nice, tasteful road, which will allow these residents to have immediate access to State Route 9 and will improve mobility, relieve congestion at 9 and Mansell, and will also spur what we hope is some economic development. GM is already the forerunner of that, but we're hoping that this whole corridor will also help to blend our industrial area and some of our residential areas. This is a great day, and we thank you all for honoring us with your presence here today, and I'd like to turn it over now to the Honorable Jerry Wood, Mayor of Roswell.
Thank you, Steve. I want to thank everyone who made this project happen. This is the largest transportation project in my administration. But as Steve said, we're going to create a passive park where this lake, where the Sun Valley Lake was, where we grew up and we used to go swimming. So it's great to recreate that. We're going to be, and Steve mentioned the trail that's going to be leading down from here. I know I want Rich to continue working with us on trails to try to develop this. And I'm very excited to see it happen. And again, I want to thank everyone who made this possible, because you are not just addressing transportation, you're creating jobs, you're addressing the environment, you're creating recreation. And when we can take a transportation project to make it not just do one thing, but to do all of those things, we're really getting a great return on our investment. And this is a great project. Thank you for making it happen.
The connection is the key. And when I started in the transportation department, one of the first things that came up was a sidewalk, and Steve and I walked out there and he said, you know, the theme in the city, and he's been so right, is if it were easy, we'd have done it by now. So we've done the easy things. We're at the more difficult things. And to do a project like this that not only just puts a road through, but it has a park component, it has a trail component, it has a business component, an economic development component, amenity for the neighbors, is a much more difficult task. And I appreciate all the people that invested the time and effort to do it better than we could have done it before, and I just appreciate being a part of it. Thank you.
People wonder sometimes why, or how long things take in a city. Give you a little perspective. I mean, the more concrete things have been, Steve, it'll be about the last 5 years. This started moving forward, and GM was kind of a help to be a catalyst in that. But what I'm proud of is we go back, and I'm not even sure how many years, but I'm going to guess about 15 years before these two complexes came in here, and then when their first site plans were brought, that we had the vision to talk about this connection and move the subdivisions and design the easements through here so that 10, 12, 15 years later, we've got the easements and the direction to go through and make this connector. So anyway, I'm glad to see this project finally coming through. I've been pushing it for years, so this is a great day. Thank you very much.
And we really looked at, there's an opportunity here to allow more than just the road to use this detention pond? How do we use this to leverage the space that we have, expand on this detention pond, and make it a common facility? So it's a whole new idea for Roswell. It's a great one, and rather than have small detention ponds all over the place, we're having one large one that will enable a lot of this property along Sun Valley and also along Alpharetta Highway to utilize those detention ponds, and rather than have it spread out all over the place, just have it in one area. And it's much more efficient. We can design it, make it look better, and I think that's a wonderful thing. And what a great opportunity to have connectivity. So it's a different type of connectivity. So we have vehicular connectivity, we're going to have pedestrian connectivity, we have all the businesses connecting on an environmental level with the storm system. So it really does hit a lot of levels, and connectivity is a key part of it. But I think the environmental piece of it is also an important piece. I'm excited about that. Thank you all for being here today.
First of all, I want to thank North Fulton CID for their input on this project. They really helped us out a lot, so thank you so much for helping us out with this project. I want to thank Councilmember Nancy Diamond for keeping it on the front burner and making sure it went forward, and to Steve and his team for their tenacity and not giving up on this project. I think this is going to be absolutely phenomenal for Roswell, economic-wise, trail-wise, environmental-wise. I think it's going to be like the premier project of this city. So thank you all so much for all of y'all's input and tenacity, and we got it done. So thank you so much.
Well, I can't say a whole lot because I haven't been involved in this project, but I have to say congratulations to those who were behind it, and it looks like it's going to be a terrific project, and I now appreciate being a part of some of these activities.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.